Alright, y'all. So I got all the valves adjusted. Everything looks good. Seems to be fine. So, like I was saying, I tried to put the valve cover on it, and of course, it hits that baffle right there. Now, see, there is 3 screws in it. Um, I might try to take that out uh, and see if I can get some clearance. Um, I'm just worried if I take it out, oil's gonna sling up, and go everywhere basically. Um, Not sure yet. I might just order some. I'm not exactly sure what to do about that yet. If any of y'all out there have ran into this issue, let me know what y'all did, if you don't mind. I didn't really want to have to wait on another part to come in, but I will if I have to, because it's got to be right. Um, and that's with the gasket on it, of course. I thought about doing a double gasket to bring it up more, but it's hitting pretty good. I'm not gonna do that. So, anyways, it's going on about 1 a.m. right now, y'all. So I'm gonna call it for tonight, and I'll catch y'all in the morning when I come back out and do some more stuff. So, thank y'all for watching. All right, y'all. What's up? So, I just want to give y'all a little quick update about how everything's been going. I know my last video was kind of like a bunch of short clips that I added all together, and it just kind of ends up. I don't really like doing it that way. It ends up being a big mess. But what I did was, as far as here, let me turn the phone around. This is the progress I have right now. Since the last time y'all saw it, I got the valves adjusted. I got the guide plates adjusted. I got the front bracketry on. The distributor dropped in. The lower intake on. The harness hooked up. I got... Let's see. The heater hose is hooked up. The front and the rear going to the firewall on the heater core. I got... let's see here. Got the fuel lines hooked up. Pretty much everything. Now, just in that clip that y'all saw a minute ago, I was able to take that baffle out underneath this passenger side valve cover where it was kind of touching. The poly locks are basically touching. Actually, not touching. It was hitting the baffle that's underneath this fill tube. So what I did was I took the piece of baffling out. It had 3 screws that held it on. I'll put a picture of it up. And what I did was I took the 3 screws out, took that little metal plate out, and I put a piece of putty or piece of clay, same stuff I use for the piston valve clearance. I put it on the very top of the rocker on the poly lock. Then I set the valve cover on, and took it off, and then got to see how much it was actually touching. And as of right now, is not touching, but it's like probably like, if I had to guess, maybe 100 thousandths from touching. So I think it's going to be fine. And the poly locks is the highest point on the valve train. So I knew if the poly lock wasn't touching, then obviously the rocker arm is not going to touch when it comes up or goes down. Although the valve cover does kind of taper down. Like this is the highest point on the valve cover. Everything from here kind of goes down slightly. So I think everything's going to be fine. I turn the motor over by hand and I don't hear anything hitting. And I put the valve cover on without any bolts on it, and I turned it over, and I thought if anything was touching it would have kind of pushed up on it, and nothing moved. So I think we're going to be okay. And the lifters from whenever I was doing the push rod length, checking all that. The lifters were solid, like they didn't leak down or anything. So I think the lifters are still built up. Because I just drove this car on Easter. I drove it to Easter dinner with the family, and then as soon as I came home is when I started taking it apart. So Easter was to date, since Easter to date today, which is the 22nd of April, hasn't been cranked up since then. And they still feel really solid, so I think they still pumped up pretty good. Anyways, so what I'm going to do now, and also if any of y'all have dealt with that, going from the factory pedestal style rocker arms to stud and had a clearance issue with the stock valve covers, let me know. If I have to go with taller ones, I will. I've actually got a set of taller ones on my old F100. They're the chrome Elderbrock ones. And if I need to use them, I just have to go get them and use them. But I think what would happen is, with the taller valve covers, I think the upper intake would actually hit it a little bit. So I would actually have to run a spacer. But I know also, I saw in one of VRM's videos, he removed the fittings on the lower intake, and plugged it, and I think that gave him a little bit more clearance with taller valve covers. So if I have to end up doing that, I will. It's just I won't know anything until that first initial startup, and have my eyes and ears, focused on everything. If I hear any kind of weird noise, shut it down. It's always that first initial startup is. Let me turn the show. That first initial startup is always nerve-wracking. And I'm sure there's going to be a little bit of chatter cranking up because, brand new rocker arms and everything, and oil getting up through the push rods and everything. So we'll see. I'm praying everything's going to be okay, though. I have faith in it. Everything went together fine. I didn't have any issues other than those valve covers. But like I said, nothing seems to be hitting right now, so we'll see. We'll know more whenever it actually cranks up. Somebody's trying to call me. Anyways, that's just a quick little update of what I got going on. I didn't want to do a bunch of short videos and throw it all together like I did the last one. I don't really care for how that turned out. It's kind of really sloppy. I'd rather just keep it straightforward and clean. That's all. And I'm trying to carry y'all along with the build too, to show y'all, to show y'all how it's done or how I'm doing it. And if I make any mistakes, that somebody can be like, hey, and it's already happened. I made a mistake doing the the push rod length, and VRM actually commented and said, hey, make sure the lifter isn't compressing whenever I'm checking it, and but anyways, that's enough of me talking. This mini video is already 7 minutes long, so I will keep y'all updated. So what I still got to do from here really quick before I let y'all go, I still got to put the upper intake on. I still got to put the belt on. Hook the upper radiator hose up. Obviously once I get the upper intake on, hook my vacuum lines up, and then hook my throttle cable up. The TPS sensor, the auto air control, and I still got to get underneath and do. I haven't did it yet. I still got to get underneath and do the header collector bolts. I hate those things, so I'm saving them for last. I didn't want to come out and, when I only got an hour or two and not waste my time, but spend time on that when more important stuff need to be done. I'll save that for either Saturday morning or Sunday. So as of right now, it is the 22nd, which is Thursday night. And the way it looks is it's probably going to be Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, or Sunday morning will be the first initial fire up. So right before I fire it up, I'll do the header collectors because those things aggravate the hell out of me. Usually when I get aggravated, I usually walk away for a day or so, and I didn't want that to happen. So I figured I'd save the worst for last. But anyways, that's enough of me talking. I'll catch y'all on the next one, and thanks for watching.